like to welcome everybody out there. It is the final quarterfinal game of the day, as number 1 seed Orangeville Prep taking on number 8 seed Thornlea Secondary School. My name is Ryan Greco. I'll be taking care of your color commentary. Meanwhile, Kelsey Johnson will be here in just a moment, taking care of your play-by-play. But we're going to get this game off right now as Thornlea wins the tip, and they're going to be bringing it up. So, of course, Thornlea squeaking into the playoffs. Knocks down the first shot. And that is number 4. That was number 4, Daniel Sakay, knocking it down. And there's another turnover. And Sakay's going to get it again. Shot goes up. Knocks down, 2 for 2. That's Javier Glasgow, the 6-foot guard, class of 2022. Not too big for this moment. Here's Farquhar to Brzdikis. And no good there. Sakay now, he's pushing it one more time. No good there on the layup, though. That was attempted by number 11, Jonathan Kabongo. And right away, Thornlea with a 6-0 lead. And you see this getting hot from behind the arc to kick off this game. And bringing it up now is going to be Junior Farquhar. On the floor for Orangeville Prep is Matthew Alexander Moncrief, number 5. Number 3, Keyshawn Saunders, no good. Now Sakay with the point guard duties, bringing it up so far. Gets it over to Janetto. Shot goes up. Rims out. That was number 11, Tyler Garcia, on the miss there. There's an up and under finish by Ignas Brzdikis. Now bringing it up. There's Glasgow. And working it over, Thornlea trying to find another open 3 here. But as we've seen all day, first couple of minutes of these games, guards just not affiliated with this floor, stepping out of bounds.
They want a wider floor, Ryan. That's what they want.
That's
Give
it.
the people what they want.
Every time, every time.
Sorry for joining you guys late. I was doing a post-game interview with the TRC team. So those will be available on OSBA TV and all of their social media platforms.
Well done, well done. Working hard, no worries. Holding down the fort while you were away.
Thanks. Janetto puts in another bucket for Thornlea. They take the early lead, 8-2. Here's Junior Farquhar. Over to the birthday boy, Matthew Alexander Moncrief. Here's Ignas Brzdikis now. Loses it in the hands of Daniel Saki. Saki goes up and another 2 points.
I love that take that he does. He goes real far out, and there's Thornlea getting the upper hand early here against Orangeville Prep, up 10-2 as Orangeville Prep calls the timeout. But one thing I just want to say very quickly, I love that athletic effort there. He's taken off from the dotted line as we're looking at some of these replays here, and taking away that opportunity for a foul from Farquhar in the first place.
Yeah. Smart decision.
Yes. Use that athleticism.
Absolutely. 7 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in the first. It's number 8 seeded Thornlea leading the way over number 1 seeded Orangeville Prep, 10-8. Ryan, we've seen this on almost every single game that we've done so far. One team comes out super strong. Usually they meet in the middle, and then another team or that same team has another run. It's just a game of runs, and it's really been happening a lot in these playoff games. Yeah,
and this is one of those times where, I mean, you know, Orangeville Prep, not a team that's necessarily known for slow starts, though. I mean, this is a team that, you know, they tend to be the aggressors when they start in. But at this moment, it just doesn't seem like, you know, I don't think they were expecting the kind of energy and effort from Thornlea. But Thornlea very much understanding that if they don't get it together, and they don't get it together in a hurry, that their season could be over, because they know they're playing with their season on the line, and they've got the athleticism and the talent to run with this Orangeville Prep team.
They're also a different team that we've been seeing most of the year with the addition of Jonathan Kabongo.
Oh yeah, very different. There's a reason they were able to make it into the playoffs at the last moment here. He was a real shot in the arm for this organization and this team. Real second chance opportunities.
Farquhar over to Keyshawn Saunders. Saunders has been hot from the 3 this season. In addition, adding that to his game has been a huge asset, we'll say, to Keyshawn Saunders' games, and he shows that there with the big 3.
Yeah, he wasn't always a drop dead-eye shooter like he is now, and there's a finish.
Daniel Sacchi in the middle of the key puts it up. That one's good.
There's a reason he's one of the top scorers in the OSBA this year.
Yeah, that foul is going to go to Keyshawn Saunders. That's his first of the game. Look at this. Sacchi goes up. It was kind of it was the push, I think, in the body before the camera even got to it there. As you saw Matthew Alexander have his hands up and kind of go out of the way. That wasn't the initial foul. Here's Daniel Sacchi now up top, able to get his own offensive rebound. They're going to slow it down. 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Gotta love the confidence and poise. Shot goes up. No good.
That one, no good. Keyshawn Saunders comes off a screen from Jones. Skips it over to Farquhar. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He comes off the screen from Jones now. Kicks it right back to Saunders. Saunders with the floater down the middle.
Wow.
It's good for 2 points.
Impressive finish there by Saunders. He's just doing a little bit of everything at this point.
Here's Daniel Sacchi for Thornlea. Gets it up to Surendran. Now Glasgow. Surendran down low. Gets it out to number 11. I have Tyler Garcia on the roster, Ryan, but I think their numbers are a bit messed up.
Yeah, I think they're a little different here because Garcia, number 11, he definitely doesn't look 5'9", so.
Is that Jonathan Kabongo?
Could be.
Keyshawn Saunders, he's been hot. That one, no good. A huge rebound by Joe Jones. Here's Ignas Brezdikas now. He drives, puts up the floater. That one's good. They're going to count the bucket, Ryan, and Ignas Brezdikas is going to pick up his first foul.
Great take there, but right now Thornlea enjoying a 8-point lead right now. 5:24 to go here in the first quarter. You know, you love seeing these teams get out to these kind of leads and starts and jumps, but it's all about maintaining. That's really what this game is all about. Can you maintain the energy for a full 40 minutes?
Good point, Ryan. Now, like I said, that basket is going to count, so their score will move up to 9. It's 15-9 Thornlea over the Bears. Daniel Sacchi once again bringing it up for this Thornlea team. Janetto right back to Sacchi. Sacchi looking to drive, 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's so quick on the right-hand side, puts up the floater, no good. Moncrief down with the board.
He should have shot it at the top there. He already had Saunders off balance, but he decided to bring it back to where he could recover.
Farquhar goes up, no good. Joe Jones with the rebound. That one also no good. Jonathan Kabongo, grabs the board, and it's knocked out of bounds. Orangeville ball now on the baseline.
Tough go about it there. You gotta love the energy of this Thornlea team, though. I've been thoroughly impressed. Haven't really had a chance to see too many of them this year.
Yeah, me neither.
I've only seen 2 games live.
Joe Jones goes up. That's going to be a foul on number 5, Fahim Janetto.
But they're definitely doing the east side proud, the east side of Toronto proud in this one so far.
I really don't think this roster is correct. We're going to go with the names that we've got, folks.
For now. We can get that fixed, though.
Joe Jones at the line for 2. First one's good, bringing Orangeville to double digits. You can see, yeah, they just lost it out of bounds there. And that gave Orangeville the possession to get Jones to the line. 4 minutes, 44 seconds to go. It's a 4-point game. Sacchi heads it to Kabongo. Kabongo comes off the screen. Over to Surendran. Back to Sacchi now. Kicks it out. Surendran 3, if it's good. It's no good, just short. Joe Jones with the board.
That's the kind of shot you got to knock down against Orangeville Prep. You got a clean look at the rim every single time. You got to make it count, or at least get a stop on the other end.
There's a black hold now on the floor. That one goes to number 11, Jonathan Kabongo. 2 substitutions in for the Thunder.
That's not a foul you want to commit there off ball, especially when you've already got the shot clock winding down. You've got opportunities there to contest a shot. Those off-ball fouls are going to hurt you every time.
Here's Keyshawn Saunders for the Bears. Avoids the screen. Ignas Brezdikas releases from the 3. That one off the back of the rim, and Saki with the board. Here's Saki now. He saw the lane. I saw the hesitation there, but pulled it back to set up a play. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Skips it over to Glasgow. He kicks it out. Saki now back up top. Releases from the 3. That one's off the mark, and Farquhar with the board.
I got to knock that one down, especially if you're going to pass up the pass on the inside there. You could see one of the black shirts rolling through towards the rim. Chose not to go with that. Wanted to take the shot. And Saunders is going to get fouled going up, but a good foul by Thornlea, not allowing Saunders to get a clean look at the rim.
Let's take another look at this one. Saunders goes up,
yep,
grabs a body. It's good defense by Thornlea. It is. It's the body that did it. They were able to keep their hands up. If they keep their feet set, they're able to pull a little bit of a Ryan Brooks there. I'm using that term now, by the way. Pull a Ryan Brooks. OSBA fans know.
For sure.
Saunders is good for the first. And after the second, if it goes in, Shamar Rattan-Mays will make his way into the game for the first time. Ryan, we've talked a little bit about six men on teams.
The sixth man on each team.
Shamar Rattan-Mays is that player for Orangeville Prep. Brings such a great presence into the floor as that backup point guard position.
And he's going to be fun to watch against Daniel Sakay, because those two are basically the same size, same energy, same speed, same court vision. It's going to be fun to watch them go back and forth.
Brezdikas pulls up for the transition 3, no good. Joe Jones cleans it up for 2.
You can see Brezdikas working the referee all the way back, saying he got hit, and he might actually have a case on that one specifically.
Ben Lee kicks it out. Blocked by Ignas Brezdikas, and now it's Brezdikas alone. He's good for the bucket. Ryan, one of those lethal players, again, MVP of the OSBA this year, but one of those lethal players that if he's open in the open court, it's almost always going to be a bucket.
Well, that's one of those situations where you can't allow him to be able to make up for guessing wrong on a play on the defensive end, because when any other player, we'll take a look at there was a near foul there in the miss, and you saw Jones go in and finish on this replay. But I don't know if we can get a replay of what happened there on the defensive end for Brezdikas, because his man had already had him beat. Yeah, he already had him beat. He didn't need to go and take that shot when he already had the guy right there next to him, especially a guy that, 6'8" in the length and arm span of Ignas Brezdikas. You want to drive by him or find the other open man to get the shot off. Why? There's no need for you to settle for those mid-range jumpers. And really, they kind of just let him get away with that one there. He gets the block, and then good on him to come and bring it around and get a nice finish at the rim. So Brezdikas, once again, just showing that court awareness. And you could see right now, after he was able to gain that turnover off a block shot, he goes back at the other end, finishes. Other thing you also have to remember, he's left-handed. You've got to keep him away. He can finish with his right almost as easily as well, but if there's one thing that we've seen a number of teams that have had success against him offensively, is making sure that he's not getting any room to move whatsoever. Because as good of a shooter as he is, he needs to spot up to get those shots to fall consistently. If you're right up in his grill and you've got guys that are big and long enough to do it, you're capable of giving him fits, and that's something this Thornlea team does actually have capable.
Surendran up top for the Thunder. Kicks it to Saki. Saki releases from the 3. That one just off the mark. Surendran gets the board. It's going to be a traveling violation on the Thunder. Yep. Orangeville Prep ball on the baseline.
That's just one of those there. It's tough mental mistakes. Right now, Orangeville Prep enjoying an 8-0 run at this point.
Here's Rattan-Mays. Back up to Farquhar. Rattan-Mays playing the 2 guard right now.
That's one thing about this Orangeville Prep team. They're just as deadly in the half-court game as they are in the fast break. It's not many teams are that skilled in both.
Farquhar with the jumper, no good. Matthew Alexander Moncrief on his 17th birthday. That one doesn't fall either. Joe Jones finally cleans that up, but it's stolen by Saki, going a million miles an hour in the fast break. No one can catch up, and it's good off the glass for 2.
How fast is he? He's easily got to be one of the fastest players I've ever seen in his age group with the basketball.
Absolutely.
He runs faster than most guys without the ball.
That just doesn't seem fair.
It isn't.
Here's Farquhar over to Rattan Mays. Spots up for the three. Goes up. That one no good. Joe Jones with a monster board. And Rattan Mays kicks it to Farquhar. This one will be a 2 if it goes. No good.
That's it.
Ben Lee comes down with it. Now it's Saki in the open court. Saki, a beautiful Euro step is good for the floater. What a move.
Oh my goodness. Daniel Saki, don't hurt him. What a Euro step.
That was a very nice move.
And that's it though. If you're 5'10" and you want to be an elite basketball player, that's the kind of speed and decision making you got to be capable of having.
There's going to be a foul there. Matthew Alexander will go to the line for 2. I think that foul is going to go to number 9, Javonte Brown.
A tough take there, but I don't know if we can get the replay of that one. That might have been the play of the day.
Matthew Alexander limping off, Ryan. It looks like he might have rolled his ankle a little bit.
Oh, that was at full speed. The slow-mo doesn't even do it justice. When you see that at full speed.
Oh, he's really limping.
And Moncrief's not doing well, though.
The ref is asking if he's okay, and he's saying.
I think he got banged in his shin, though. I think it just kind of got. Yeah, he got hit in his shin.
I don't know. He was holding his ankle when he went down.
And he's coming out.
Yeah, he's going to come out. The substitution came in, Keyshawn Saunders, so he'll go see the therapist. He's in good hands a little bit. He's in good hands with the therapist. Yeah, he's tightening his shoe right now, so I think he might have rolled his ankle a bit. Again, the 17-year-old is super tough, so I'm sure that he'll be back out. We can see how he landed here. Watch as he lands. If we keep an eye on him, he's kind of, holding his ankle there. And he's got his shoe off now. The therapist is going to take a look at it. Keyshawn Saunders will take the foul shots for him. First one is good. Yeah, you can see there he's got his shoe off. He's going to take both shoes off, actually, so the therapist, I'm assuming, can see, compare the ankles.
Well said.
Glasgow now up top over to Saki. Thornlea leads the way 19-18 under a minute left to go. Surrendering up top. Releases from the 3. That one's just short. Ben Lee almost with the rebound. There's going to be a foul there.
And there's going to be a foul.
I think that's going to go to number 9.
Yeah, number 9.
Oh no, it's Joe Jones. That's his first personal foul.
I could see he got the arm out there and kind of pushed. And pushed Brown on that one.
That's Jones's first foul. 43 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Saki brings it out for the Thunder. Glasgow up top. Over to Blake. Blake back to Saki. Saki looking to feed the big man inside. Pulls up for the long 3. That one's no good. Brazdikis comes down with the board.
Thornlea's gone very quiet from behind the arc in this second half of this quarter. See if they can try and get those shooting touch back.
Saunders is heating up, however, though. Keeps that follow-through up. It's good for 3 points. And, Ryan, what can you say about Keyshawn Saunders' 3-point prowess this season?
It's been some of the best that we've seen, period, and as far as performances in the OSBA
And he just has so much confidence in it.
It is, absolutely. But he's getting those open looks, and when you're on a team that can create those open looks and there's so many offensive threats, you're going to get a lot of those as the clock winds down. And Thornlea, after a very hot start, are now finding themselves down by 2, but I think if you told them that they were going to be down by 2 at the end of 1, they would have taken it.
21-19, Orangeville Prep over Thornlea. There's still 3 quarters to go, and we'll be back to bring you all that action in just a minute. Welcome back to OSBA TV. Second quarter action here, 21-19, Orangeville over Thornlea. Daniel Sacchi now for the Thunder.
Very explosive first quarter there for Thornlea, getting off to a hot start, 6-0 lead. But since then, Orangeville Prep up to the task, enjoying a 2-point lead at this point. And ice-cold shooting from that point forward from Thornlea behind the arc, and that's been the big difference for them.
Just as you say it, I thought that was going to go in. It looked good from here. Daniel Sacchi put up another one. That one, no good. The ball in the hands of Ignas Brezdikas.
One thing we're continuing to see is there's a foul. We're continuing to see the shots falling short, as we have been seeing for most of this playoff here in Guelph. And we discussed it the first couple of games of maybe the adjustments that they're trying to make right now on the floor. The adjustments of you know, playing in a much larger arena kind of style of setting here. And you know, of course, a bunch of these teams have had experience with that before, but maybe here in Canada it's been a little bit different.
Now that I'm thinking about it too, Ryan, maybe it's the March break blues. Everyone's a little bit sluggish.
Everyone's a little sluggish. They enjoyed a little bit of free time. I'm sure a lot of these guys, though, were doing their own personal work.
Of course, of course.
Because that's what we do now, and for teenagers at this level, they practice all the time. It is their job.
Orangeville now in a zone. Surendran passing up top with Glasgow.
And there's the finish.
Yeah, that's going to be a charge. Great defense there by Ignas Brezdikas. Planted his feet, and we're going to see if that one counts. So no bucket on that one as he pulls a Ryan Brooks.
Yep.
I can't even say it with a straight face. Pulls a Ryan Brooks there, takes the charge.
And gets the charge. There we go.
All right, let's take a look at the stats. Leading the way, all players right now are tied. Keyshawn Saunders, 11 points. Daniel Sacchi, 11 points. Ignas Brezdikas follows close behind with 6. Rattan Mays up top for Orangeville. Over to Barthélemy. Barthélemy feeds the big man, Joe Jones. A nice pass out to Saunders. He redrives, gets it out to Rattan Mays, puts up the 3. That one off the mark.
And once again, though, Thornlea, this is just something you have to do when you're going up against Orangeville Prep. There's so much firepower on this team. Whenever they go on a shooting lull, you take advantage of it. You finish your shots. You make your buckets. And that's just something Thornlea has not been able to do yet since the very beginning of that first quarter.
Here's Kabongo now up top, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Able to get it into number 15, Anthony Mensah, but he's blocked by Ignas Brezdikas. Now it's Orangeville Prep. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Brezdikas breaks down, gets by the defenders. He's going to be called for the double dribble. The ref saying that he kind of palmed the ball as he made his hesitation there. Oh yeah, you can see it a little bit there. When he gets shoved, he kind of pulls that ball back to his hip, as you saw in the replay. So it'll be Thornlea ball going back the other way. Surendran up top to Kabongo. Back to Surendran. They're looking to feed that high post. Back out to Glasgow. Glasgow, a lot of ball movement here. Kabongo finally settling for the 3, and that's why they take the lead, 22-21, 7.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Rattan Mays for the Bears. Tries to get it in there to Ignas Brezdikas, but there's going to be a foul called. That one is going to go to number 1, Surendran. That's a second team foul, excuse me. It's going to be Orangeville Prep ball on the baseline. The baseline inbounds now. They get it to Brezdikas. Got a little bit of an isolation now. He's going against 3 players. Kicks it out to Rattan Mays. Over to Barthélemy. He chucks it up from the 3. That one's good.
Excellent effort there. And once again, you're starting to see the shots fall for Orangeville Prep. This is a team that loves to shoot the 3. It's part of the reason why they are arguably the best team in the country.
Janetto puts it up. That one, no good. Brezdikas down with the board thanks to Barthélemy's tip. Brezdikas puts up the 3. That one's no good, and the foul is going to go to Surendran of Thornlea. I think he's going to have 3 shots here, Ryan.
Take a look at the replay real quick.
Yeah, take a look. It looks like he got a piece.
Yeah.
He got it. Oh,
sure.
yeah, he really got his elbow on that one. There was no acting to be done as Brezdikas is at the line now for 3 shots. First one is good. Ryan, in the first quarter, Brezdikas didn't shoot any foul shots, and he's known for a player who goes to the line quite a bit.
No, he is, absolutely. And one thing that we've kind of seen him go away from was that Euro step that he was using to perfection for the majority of last season and a lot of this year. Yeah, and really at this point, you've seen him kind of move away from that and start to really work on spotting up and shooting the three or taking it to the hoop right away with a strong intention. And but you know what? It doesn't really matter what he's doing specifically or which way he's trying to do it. He just finds ways to score, and he almost looks like he kind of lulls himself to sleep at a few times in a few possessions here and there, and then you just see him wake right back up and drop 10 points out of nowhere. He's just that talented at what he does.
Yeah, there we go. Joe Jones with the block down low. Barthélemy with the steal.
It's going to be weird not seeing him in the OSBA next year. He's been such a fixture the last few years. You know,
Joe Jones down low. Yeah, he's been, I mean, even Keyshawn Saunders, he's been here even longer.
He has. He's been here right from the very beginning,
4
back
years.
when Jamal Murray and Thon Maker were on the team still. I mean, what a journey he's had.
Absolutely. Jonathan Kabongo from the corner. That one's good for 1, 2, 3.
And with Jonathan Kabongo on the floor and him and Sakay, they are so deadly. They can go off at any minute, and this is a game that they've marked on their calendar. They wanted these guys in the first round, and they're hanging tough so far. Yeah,
they've played them twice in the regular season. Orangeville Prep taking both games. The first 103-82, the second 105-80. So very similar scoring games. And Thornlea looking to really shake that up this time. Daniel Sacchi, he goes up 100 miles an hour. He's being helped up by Joe Jones, but he'll go to the line now for 2.
And that's the kind of player he has to be, though. If he's going to be somebody that's going to be a difference maker at the next level, he's got to show that athleticism and that ability to move up the floor in a hurry. And he's going to be a very welcome addition to any college team that's running that hurry-up offense and running the floor and running and gunning. He's shown more than a number of times here. He's more than capable of finishing in traffic. And just, I mean, to top it all off, he's been one of the top scorers this entire year. I mean, it's just, you know, it's a shame we didn't really get a chance to see a lot of what he was doing during games of the week, but we have seen flashes of it in highlights. We've seen flashes of it by going out and watching him play a little bit. And my goodness, I mean, I don't think pound for pound, there hasn't been many players at his level in the OSBA in its young history so far. But here's a guy who's who's right there on that level with him, though, in Shamar Rattan-Mays.
Rattan-Mays there loses the ball. It's an over and back call.
But there it is, Sacchi with the defense.
Yeah, watch here. He just kind of loses it.
Yep,
and then goes back and picks it up.
Yep. And Rattan-Mays, it's not very often he's in tough, but he's definitely in tough on this assignment today. Yeah,
Daniel Sacchi. I think Orangeville Prep going back into a 3-2 zone. Daniel Sacchi now up top.
And why not?
Moves it over to Janetto. Janetto drives, picks up his dribble, gets it out to Jonathan Kabongo, spots up from real deep. That one is nothing but air. Thornlea tries to save it. It's going to go Orangeville possession.
And that's it right there for you. You know, if they're going to, unfortunately, Thornlea, still a close game, but they have been struggling from shooting the three throughout the most of this game. So now Orangeville Prep is going, okay, well, if that's going to be the case, then we're going to let you shoot the three as much as you possibly can, keep you out of the paint.
Joe Jones goes up. That one's good. He'll also get the foul. That foul goes to number 5, Fahim Janetto of Thornlea. Jones will go to the line.
If I'm Thornlea right now, I'm looking at every possible opportunity to get an open look and knocking down some of these threes. But because if they're going to give it to you, you have to prove that you're willing and capable to knock it down. Otherwise, you're going to dig yourself a hole that is going to be very difficult to get out of, especially if this lineup starts cooking, because 1 through 5 can knock it down in a number of different ways.
Ryan, I love the duo of Farquhar and Joe Jones.
They're big and strong.
Yeah, he feeds them so well. I mean, if I'm a point guard, I love passing it into Joe Jones, and you can see right there, Rattan-Mays picks up an assist as well as Joe Jones puts it off the glass for 2. Ben Lee out to Sacchi. Sacchi drives back to Ben Lee. Ben Lee tries to get it down low. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, though, by Orangeville Prep. So it's going to be Thornlea ball on the baseline. 12 seconds to go on the shot clock.
And biggest lead of the game here now for Orangeville, as you can see off that nice find inside to Jones.
Look at that, beautiful.
Great find.
That 3 ball is good. Jonathan Kabongo for 1, 2, 3. 32-29, 4.5 minutes left to go.
And you know what? If I'm Kabongo, I'm finding that side every single time where Barthélemy is and taking advantage of the height mismatch and the length mismatch and getting those shots and those clean looks over top. You don't want to be over where Saunders is. You don't necessarily want to be over where Farquhar is because he's got the ability
Keyshawn Saunders is limping now. Couple injuries for Orangeville early in this game. Kabongo hits another three, Ryan, to tie it up. 32 apiece, 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go.
Let him keep shooting. Keep finding him. Keep finding him. You can't afford to. And a huge rejection there. Number 3.
Agua.
What a block there.
Whoa, Agua. Substitution in for Orangeville Prep as Keyshawn Saunders limps off the floor. Julian Lepp makes his way into the game.
Julian Lepp, dead-eye shooter. See if he can get something going.
Here's Farquhar. A nice two-step cleaned up there. Oh, almost by Joe Jones. Can't get it though. A nice tip back by Anthony Mensah to get that rebound for Thornlea. Saki up to Ben Lee.
Oh, nice pass.
Ben Lee to Kabongo. Can he put another one in? That one, no good.
What a pass.
Agua gets it, and that's going to be a over and back. Or excuse me, not an over and back. Not if Shamar Rattan-Mays grabs it and puts it in for 2. Daniel Saki bringing it up now for the Thunder. Looking to feed that high post. Saki now. Right back to Kabongo. Kabongo spots up for 3. That one, no good. Joe Jones with the rebound. Here's Junior Farquhar now for Orangeville Prep. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Barthélemy looks to turn the corner. Gets it to Joe Jones, and there we go. Joe Jones, another off the glass, and another assist for a point guard on this Orangeville Prep team.
He's a double-double machine. If you let him go in and start working like that, that's just the one disadvantage at Thornlea. Just not a whole lot of size in that front court, and Jones has been feasting as a result of it.
Saki gets it in. Finds Mensah, right back out to Saki. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Drives, loses it, out to Ben Lee in the corner. Ben Lee out of bounds, Ryan, and we've seen that every single game here.
And you've got to just make sure you know where you are. You can't afford to make those mistakes at this point. It's now 2:30 to go in the half. Your team's down by 4, and you've got an opportunity to bring it a one-possession game. You can't allow yourself to kind of have those moments there.
On top of that, 2 starters out for Orangeville Prep right now, Ryan.
I don't know if he was out of bounds there, actually.
Can't go back.
No, you can't, but I took looking at that replay, I guess maybe because he stepped out and then stepped back in. That's probably why. I mean.
Junior Farquhar loses the ball there, picks it right back up. He tries to bully his way in. That one's good for 2 points on the right-hand side. They extend the lead now, 40-32.
It's okay, though. Once again, taking advantage.
38-32.
As soon as he sees just one defender to beat, you know exactly what he's going to do. The problem is that you still can't stop it. Still too good.
Daniel Saki will go to the line now for 2 shots. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left to go. It's a 6-point game. That one's good. Now, Ryan, with Keyshawn Saunders out, the therapist looking at his ankle, as well as Matthew Alexander with ice on his ankle, how big of a loss is that for Orangeville Prep?
You want to say that it's a huge one, but to be perfectly honest, this team is so deep that it's really just a situation of next man up. You just come into the game and you get your job done and you get your licks in. I mean, you still have some guys that would crack the starting lineup no problem for a majority of other OSBA teams, let alone, high-level varsity teams. We're talking even OSBA level guys that would get some major minutes at this point. So, with that being said, and you still got Brzdikis who's taking some time off and resting, and they're not on. You got Julian Lepp and Barthélemy on putting in work, and you're still with the lead. So that goes to tell you just how deep this roster really is. It's not a situation you would want to have, but once again, a testament to their backup point guard plays for Canada. Like
starting point guard, yeah. For Team Canada.
Has had experience as a starting point guard for Canada. So that's a guy that's your 6th man. So I mean that kind of just says it right there.
Junior Farquhar goes up. That one no good. Barthélemy. It's going to be an out-of-bounds call on Barthélemy, I think. So it is going to go to Thornlea because he touched the ball while his foot was out of bounds.
Yeah.
Despite not having the possession. That's a good call by the referee.
But if you're Thornlea, here's something that they have to take into account, and they have to understand that they need to take advantage of this right now, because two things. One, Keyshawn Barthélemy and Shamar Rattan-Mays and Julian Lepp are not the same size as Matthew Alexander Moncrief and Keyshawn Saunders.
Yeah.
Those guys are long. Those guys are athletic. They are going to get offensive boards that those other guards cannot get. Now that Orangeville Prep has to come down and play down to your size, which is a guard-heavy team, which is what Thornlea is, you have to take advantage of this. You've got to knock down your open looks, and you have to make sure that you're beating your man to the basket.
Rattan-Mays goes up. He'll go to the line for 2. A great take by number 0 in the white jersey.
And once again, though, Rattan-Mays showing there's no drop-off between the bench and the starting lineup of this Orangeville Prep team. Just blows right by the defender.
Man, I think if Daniel
Saki and foul.
I think if Saki just keeps his hand up, it's clean. But at the last second, he swipes down at the ball.
And a lot of guys are forgetting. I mean, in games like this, you might go. It's one thing we've kind of noticed. Like the only team we saw that was really good at just keeping the hands up and standing up straight was Vaughn. They did a really good job of that at the beginning of today. And they had great success in their paint as a result of it. I mean, they kept it right to the very end with AI Prep. But, you know, once again, like a lot of these games come down to who can knock down the open shots.
Saki puts up the 3. That one's no good. A big rebound for Mensah.
Here it is again. You got to rebound.
Glasgow.
You got to get the bucket.
To Saki.
Nope.
Feeds it right into Barthélemy. Here's Rattan-Mays now. He goes up. That one's no good, and he will go to the line once again, Ryan, for 2 shots, and he's a very good foul shooter.
And that's the difference, though. You're seeing opportunity after opportunity here when you have a second chance opportunity to try and go in and get that shot. At least get yourself fouled, because as soon as that transition comes back the other way, Rattan-Mays is only thinking one thing. You know, there is no Keyshawn Saunders spotting up outside looking for the open 3 or an Ignas Brzdikis at this moment. And he's attacking the basket, and he's getting himself to the line as a result. Once again, this is a very pivotal moment, this final minute for Thornlea.
This is good news for Orangeville Prep fans. Keyshawn Saunders is getting his ankle taped, so I think that means that he will return. Matthew Alexander, he's got ice on it, so I don't think we'll be seeing him again today. Jonathan Kabongo puts up the 3, and it's good.
That's a big shot. And they're going to need all of that from Jonathan Kabongo in the second half if they want to try and pull off the improbable.
That's what I mean. This team, it's a different team with Jonathan Kabongo.
Absolutely.
It's they're an 8th seed, but it's not the 8th seed team that we were seeing for most of the season.
No, they weren't. I mean, Kabongo could start on this Orangeville Prep team. He's that talented of a player.
Yep. Here's Farquhar.
6 seconds.
3 seconds. He puts up the jumper. That one doesn't hit anything. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Thornlea ball coming back the other way. Ryan, 2 seconds on the clock. If you're Orangeville, you do not want to let them score. If you're Thornlea, you want to put those points up in 2 seconds. What is the coach of Thornlea drawing up right now, Ryan? Who's he going to?
Oh, you're definitely going to go to Kabongo. I mean, but Orangeville Prep's going to be expecting that. So somebody else is going to have to be ready to take the shot if they need to. And Kabongo, to be honest, I feel like at this point, I mean, he's taken a number of huge shots. There's a huge rejection there. I was looking at some of the first half highlights right now. Kabongo, you know he's going to catch and shoot it. So you're going to see him most likely catch it off a fadeaway, try and throw it up. We've seen him try and take shots from the volleyball line. He's not afraid to let it fly from there. So don't be shocked if you see him take it from out there near the top of the key. And if he makes it, great. If not, next man up. You got the game tied at 42. You couldn't have asked for a better finish to the first half. I think Thornlea would have taken that in a heartbeat if they said you're going to be tied with the number 1 seed going into the third quarter. And they're going to have to take away they just have to limit their mistakes, because this is not the best we've seen Orangeville Prep. And them, much like AI Prep, they are deadly in the third quarter. They go on those runs where they just say, okay, they wake up a little bit, and but they can't keep affording to do this as they go later into this tournament. They have to make sure that they're getting off to a hot start right away. And it almost seems like in a way that Orangeville Prep has kind of underestimated and lulled themselves into complacency so far in this first half. We're seeing some good moves, some good plays. A couple of injuries didn't go their way. But overall,
so Ryan, it was at 2 seconds, and now they've made it 4 seconds.
I guess, actually, that would make sense considering that it was an air ball.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
makes a big difference, though. With 1 second
Sakei's
on the
gonna let
clock,
it
Saki
go.
puts it up. That one's no good. So at the end of the half, Ryan, it's tied 42 apiece. Orangeville down 2 players. Brazdegas not getting a ton of minutes on that one. And Thornlea got to be happy with their first quarter, we'll say, mostly performance.
Well, they took. I mean, the number one thing to take away is we take a look at these half highlights. Is that Orangeville Prep throughout most of this game has not been necessarily shooting the ball well outside of Keyshawn Saunders. They've also been allowing a lot of open looks, and they've been daring Thornlea to shoot the ball. And right up until about 3 minutes to go in that second quarter, that seemed like a really good idea. But now we're starting to see Jonathan Kabongo starting to heat up a little bit. We're seeing Saki get to the basket whenever he needs to, at will almost at this point.
Yep.
And as a result, this Thornlea team has got to have a lot of positives going into that third quarter. Now, this is where it's going to be important, though. Are they going to be able to limit the second chance opportunities of Orangeville Prep? Because if they don't, they're going to be in for a very long second half.
Welcome back to OSBA TV. Third quarter action between Orangeville Prep and Thornlea Thunder, the number 1 and 8 seeded teams. It's a tie game, 42-42. Kelsey Ray Johnson, Ryan Greco bringing you all the action here at the OSBA day 1, game 4.
Game 4, and just 2 quarters left until we get ourselves into day number 2. And this was, as Thornlea kicks it off with a 3-pointer, not, you know, you hope for a score like this, Kelsey, and then when you actually see the score, you get excited and you get happy because you know it's going to be an interesting finish.
Yeah, you definitely don't expect it, though.
No,
here's Ignas Brezdikas. He goes up. That one's good for 2 points. And Ryan, when I look at the roster for Thornlea, there is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players who were here at the beginning of the season. It's a completely revamped roster, including a huge addition with Jonathan Kabongo.
And there you go, as Saki is able to finish off the layoff there, and you're absolutely right. 18 points in that first half, shooting extremely well from beyond the arc right now, 6 of 11, shooting over 50% from the 3-point range. And anytime you get one of your better guys shooting the ball like that, you're going to give yourself a chance to win. But they're going to need another huge effort from him in the second half.
Brezdikas, he goes back-to-back baskets. This time he'll get the foul as well. That foul goes to Fahim Janetto, and Brezdikas will go to the line for 1.
One thing we're taking away here from this, Kelsey, is we talked about this in the break. Brezdikas, it's only a matter of time before he starts kind of waking up a little bit and saying, okay, it's a tie game now. My team's relying on me to put some points on the board and get them out ahead, and that's exactly what he's trying to do.
Especially with Matthew Alexander now out of the game. He's got ice on his ankle. Keyshawn Saunders back in as Brezdikas misses the foul shot. It's Daniel Saki now bringing it up for the Thunder.
And every single possession now is going to be huge for Thornlea. When you have a player like Brezdikas missing a free throw, you take advantage of that, and you got to score at the other end. So we'll see if they can pull that off.
Glasgow up to Saki. Great defense there by Rattan Mays. Saki looking to do a little bit of an ISO. That's going to be a shot clock violation. He's looking for the foul on that one. He had a case
there too, because I clearly saw. You could see from up here that he got his hand on it, but the referee says play on.
Let's take a look here at the replay.
Look at this. Yeah.
Rattan Mays.
You can see it. It's right there.
A good actor. We're not the referees, and we can't go back in time.
No, we can't. But
you can see. You can see.
I'm still going to call. You still call what you see, right? And it was a break for Orangeville Prep, and they got to take full advantage. But the referee with the makeup call, and it's going to be Thornlea ball now.
I think the referee. Yeah, it's going to be Thornlea ball. 8 minutes, 16 seconds left to go. It's Thornlea up by 1. Here's Daniel Saki running the point guard for the team in the black jerseys. Janetto at the 45. Up to Glasgow. Glasgow finds Kabongo in the corner. He's been hot from the, give him 7 for 12 shooting right now, Ryan. 7 3-pointers.
Very
incredible.
Impressive effort. He's got 21 already in this game. And I was saying at the break, they're going to need, like I said, you're going to need a huge night from him as Brezdikas now gets himself back to the line. If you're Thornlea, that's fine. Live with that. If you're gonna, if he's gonna penetrate, you cannot allow Brezdikas to get those and ones. Go up, hit him hard enough that he's gonna miss it. It seems like he's missing a couple free throws here and there. You're better off taking that chance at the line than allowing him to get an and one play, and that's exactly what Thornlea did.
Yeah, he's 3 for 5 from the line right now. Or no, excuse me, 3 for 4 from the line right now.
That's a big reason why he gets the numbers he gets, though. Like his trips to the line, that's how he quietly ends with 35, 36, 40 a night. When you're seeing, you know, you're wondering, oh, what is he doing that's so amazing? No, he's just getting himself to the line. Usually half of those points come from the foul line.
Shooter's roll on that one. Brings them to 47.
Great find there. And you can see as we're taking a look at some of the highlights here of Thornlea. And they're just their offensive exploits off the pick and roll, off the cuts, everybody moving, as there's going to be a couple substitutions now.
Sean Bartholomew, excuse me, into the game for Orangeville Prep, and Anthony Mensah in for Thornlea.
Saunders taking a seat now. I guess Coach Johnson didn't like the matchup he was seeing there and is making the necessary adjustments.
Daniel Saki kicks it over to Ben Lee. Ben Lee goes up, gets blocked by Joe Jones, but it's Mensah who grabs the rebound. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Kabongo, a nice pass into Mensah, loses it, and Rattan Mays comes down with it, gets it up to Farquhar.
You got to have strong hands ready to receive that pass there and be able to go up.
Farquhar pulls up for the jumper. That one off the back rim. Daniel Sacchi comes down with the board.
That was all Ben Lee on the closeout there. Excellent job to make sure he's right there.
Daniel Sacchi can't connect. Ben Lee down with the board. Joe Jones with another block. He gets it up to Brazdeikis. Brazdeikis goes up for the jam, and it's good for 2.
And Brazdeikis throwing it down, showing off the hops there. Eyes at the rim when he threw that one down.
Yeah, tied the game now at 50 apiece.
That's a whole lot of human being going to the rim there. You don't necessarily want to get in the way of that.
I think he hurt his hand a little bit when he dunked. Just a little bit too hard. Ben Lee puts it up, no good. Brazdeikis with the rebound. Brazdeikis now gets it over to Sean Barthélemy, kicks it out to Farquhar. The extra pass to Brazdeikis from the top. That one's good for 3. They take the lead.
Huge shot for Brazdeikis there, and once again you can see it when he turns it on in this third quarter. Something we've seen time and again on OSBA Games of the Week. It is hard to stop him. You almost have to kind of just go, shot for shot and hoping that he gets cold at some point. But if anyone can do it, it's Kabongo right here.
Absolutely, Kabongo putting up another one. That one no good, a rare miss for number 11. Here's Rattan Mays now on the other end. Gives it to Barthélemy. Barthélemy feeds the big man down low. Joe Jones goes up off the glass. It's good for 2.
Nothing Lee could have done there. As soon as Jones gets in that close, good timeout here by the Thornlea coaching staff, recognizing that Orangeville Prep's getting all the shots that they want right now. Open looks, clean looks to the basket, and Thornlea starting to kind of feel the pressure a little bit, settling for contested shots, not getting the cleanest looks that they want, especially turnovers in the paint. Orangeville Prep just doing exactly what we kind of expected for them to do coming into this third quarter, and that's really turn up the intensity and start knocking down some open shots and great ball movement.
That's a 7-0 run for Orangeville now. There you go, that bucket by Joe Jones, as well as the dunk in the 3 that you saw earlier by Brazdeikis. Now a 5-point game, 55 to 56 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in the third. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back to OSBA TV. 6 minutes, 3 seconds left to go in the third. 55-50 is Orangeville Prep leading the way over Thornlea. Kelsey Wright-Johnson, Ryan Greco bringing you today's matchup.
Hello, YouTube land.
Oh, hi, YouTube land. I had no idea what you just said there.
You got to be sharp, got to be quick. Catch what I'm saying sometimes.
Kabongo gets it to Sacchi. Sacchi comes off the screen from Mensah, pulls it back. His handles are incredible.
Ooh, there we go.
There we go, right down the middle. Great defense there by Ignas Brazdeikis. Oh, a nice rebound by Mensah there. Tries to put it back off the back rim. Orangeville Prep down with the board. Now it's Farquhar.
Farquhar showing off the handles and knocks it down, and that's exactly why you have to finish your buckets when you get free opportunities, because Orangeville Prep, there's a reason they're the champs. There's the reason they're the number 1 seed, because they'll come down on the other end and make you pay for your mistakes.
Kabongo driving. It's going to be a jump ball.
Yep.
Great defense there by Rattan Mays. Ryan, one of the most underrated players in this league. He's so talented. And you can see there, just get hands on the ball. That replay really shows it well. And the possession is going to go to Orangeville Prep.
I'll say he's one of the more underrated players on Orangeville. I don't know about the league. I think a lot of guys show him a lot of love.
Yeah?
But I do.
On Orangeville then, maybe just because he's one of the younger guys.
He's
There's
one
a lot
of the younger
seniors on this
guys.
team.
Yeah, and there's another shot by Farquhar. There's somebody who's definitely not underrated.
Yeah.
And that's Junior Farquhar, coming off that ACL surgery. Just started this new year, 2018, January, coming back onto the floor. And what a difference maker he's been for this Orangeville Prep team that was already good, and now they're scary good because of him.
Yeah, here's a 12-0 run now for Orangeville as they attack the other way. Here's Farquhar. Pulls up, hand down, man down. He puts in another 3, Ryan. A 15-0 run for Orangeville Prep as Thornlea calls another timeout. There will be a substitution on the floor. Surendran will make his way back on. But Ryan, do you like what you see so far?
This is what I kind of was expecting, to be honest. But it never ceases to amaze you when you see a team that can shoot the ball this well. You know, we've spent a lot of time watching high school basketball in the last couple of years. We've seen a lot of American teams play. We've seen a lot of Canadian teams play. And I don't think I've seen a team in North America that's been able night in, night out consistently, 1 through 5, be able to shoot the ball like Orangeville Prep does. And we said it, third quarter is usually their quarter. They have a great they have this killer mentality about them. I mean, keep in mind, 4:40 to go, and they've already dropped 21 points in this quarter. You know, 40 points for them in the third quarter is almost an average for them at this point. They find their open looks, and anytime another team looks like they're getting a little fatigued, it looks like Orangeville Prep's just warming up. And this is one of those things where we talked about Kabongo and Saki. They're going to need to continue to keep their guys calm and keep looking for the open shots and the open opportunities. And more importantly than anything, they have to make sure that these open transition threes are not going to be there, because this is the best three-point transition shooting team in Canada, period, and one of the best to do it in North America right now.
You heard it here first, folks.
I've seen enough teams in Canada.
Well, I was going to say, Ryan Greco, he's been doing this now for 2 years at the OSBA. He also is part of ROPSA teams. He's been to the MPA League. Just an all-around, he knows. This is the guy.
And this is, I don't know another team right now in Canada that can shoot with these guys. They can do a few other things with them, no doubt, but three-point shooting, this is just unfair.
Janetto puts one up. That one, no good. Great,
what effort there.
Great steal there by Daniel Saki, and they break the 15-0 run.
And he'll be up to the task every time as the 1-2-2 press is now on. Easily broken, though.
Here's Farquhar now up top, 15 seconds on the shot clock.
I hate to admit it, but you know, I don't ever, and that's another thing, I've never really seen a press really bother these guys. They're just so athletic.
Sean Barthélemy goes up. That one's no good, but he will go to the line for 2. Under 4 minutes, left to go in the third quarter, Ryan.
I'll take it a step further. I know national teams, grown adult national teams that can't shoot the ball like Orangeville Prep does in some of these parts of the world. It's an impressive display, and we're probably going to see more of it. It's just the transition threes. Anyone can hit the spot-up threes. It's these transition threes that are such daggers at this level and the high school level.
And Ryan, I think you're being a little bit humble when you're not explaining why you would know this. A FIBA announcer.
Yes, I don't know what you're talking about. No, the Twitter page says it, so.
Barthélemy now at the line. That one's good. He'll take a quick seat on the bench. Keyshawn Saunders makes his way into the game, as well as Anthony Mensah checks back into the game for Thornlea.
Now, with all of that being said, though, Kelsey, you can't sit here and just automatically write off Thornlea just because of a bad run.
No.
This is a team that has shown clearly that they can shoot the ball as well. They've got
and there's still 14 minutes.
Yep, and they've got one of the best, point-blank period, best point guards in the country, and Daniel Saki leading the way.
He's so fast. That one, no good. The rebound still up for grabs. Farquhar finally comes down with it. 3.5 minutes left to go in the third. Farquhar turns the corner, goes up. That one, no good. Gets his own rebound. Tries to keep it in bounds. It's like he was almost fighting for the rebound with him and Joe Jones. But tries to keep it in. That one, no good.
Joe Jones doing his best Thon Maker impression in this game so far. Just going after every loose ball, getting every possible rebound he can, up fakes, up and in, finishing shots when he needs to.
Yeah, he had a double-double, Ryan, at the end of the half, the first half. He had 12 points, 12 rebounds. I'll be interested to see how many rebounds he has after this quarter. Again, we're only getting the stat updates per quarter, so we got to wait.
Hey,
you at home, you can keep stats. Tweet at us, let us know. Daniel Saki from the 3. That one off the back rim. A beautiful finish there by Janetto. Right spot, right time. Got himself open underneath. The quick rebound and put up is good off the glass for 2.
And the last couple of shots, those shots have been missed. And here's another steal, though. Nice idea.
Daniel Saki gets the assist. A nice finish by Tosh Robertson.
Tosh Robertson gets the hands ready, knows exactly, sees his opponent commit to the defender, or excuse me, to his teammate. He's ready to finish it in there. Very calm, cool, and collected.
Brasdicas, the floater down the baseline. That one's no good. And Kabongo grabs the board.
Great work there.
It's not often you see Thornlea try and slow the ball down when they're down right now, but they're really trying to slow it down and run their plays, get those open looks. and kind of go back to what was working in the first half.
And they're good enough to do it too, so that's why it's another reason for them to really step up in this situation. And there he gets the foul, goes to the line.
That's exactly what they wanted.
You
Mensah,
do, absolutely.
a great take, great patience shown by Anthony Mensah. The foul goes to Joe Jones.
This is one of those situations where, you know, they're recognizing what's not working for them, making the necessary adjustments out of the timeouts. And don't look now, but since then they're on a 6-0 run, giving themselves a chance. Once again, though, you're getting back to the little things. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to play perfect basketball at the last 5 minutes, because it almost never happens. You have to be able to see there's another missed free throw. You can't afford to miss those free throws in the third quarter and force yourself to try and make every shot in the fourth. It's just not going to happen that way against
That's kind of been a theme that we've been talking about all year, or all day long, Ryan. So this is our fourth game of the day.
Yeah.
And that's been, a theme in every single game that we've called so far
nice
today.
Find there.
Mensah down low. A steal by Rattan Mays. Mays, no call on that one.
They got to take advantage. They have to take advantage now.
Daniel Sacchi kicks it out to Kabongo. Kabongo up top.
You got a free one there. Come on.
They swing it over to Robertson. Robertson gets it into Mensah. Mensah goes up, blocked by Joe Jones. That's going to go off of Orangeville Prep. I think it's going to be black ball.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's why Orangeville Prep is ranked #1 seed. When they make mistakes or when calls go against them, they're coming back on defense. They're doing the little things that are necessary, still deflecting shots, still getting hands in the passing lanes. They're doing it like winners do. They're doing it like champions do. And Thornlea, they've got it in them. They've just got to knock them down now. Can't take shot. You can't miss shots like that. Wide open look.
Here's Brezdikas now in the open court. He's going to go all the way. That one off the glass is good.
And the
plus
foul.
The foul, and he'll go to the line for one more.
And it's that kind of day now in that third quarter. Now, how many times have we seen this, Kelsey, over and over again, where Orangeville Prep in that third quarter, they hit that, they reach that sixth gear in a sense. And a lot of other teams just don't know how to keep up. And a lot of it is led by this man here, number 33, Ignas Brezdikas, the Michigan commit.
Michigan's doing well in the March Madness, eh?
I'm sure they're going to be, everyone wearing Wolverine colors is going to be happy with this week, given everything that's went on.
Yeah, that shot by Jordan Poole, holy moly.
Yep. There's another rebound by Farquhar. He's going to bring it up now, and Saunders has it.
Keyshawn
to
a wide open Ignas Brezdikas. What a pass by Keyshawn Saunders. He doesn't play the point guard on this team because he has such talent in that one spot in Farquhar and Rattan Mays, but he could.
Oh, definitely
he sees the court so well.
Thornlea just getting caught, and
just an out of bounds there. A little miscommunication by Sacchi and Robertson, a bit too hard on the pass. Substitutions in for Thornlea, number 14, Trayvon Blake, as well as number 9, Javonte Brown.
This team did so well in that first half. You just hate to see the wheels kind of come off the way that they have right now.
Saunders, no good. Rattan Mays with the rebound. He pulls it back out.
And that's a sign right there. If the smallest guy on the opposing side is getting the offensive board, that says something about your boxing out. It says something about your defensive awareness.
Keyshawn Saunders.
They're going to pay it.
There we go. A three ball from Keyshawn Saunders. He came back after he hurt his ankle, and he looks fine now, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And he's probably the most talented shooter right now on this team. Because that's all he has to worry about right now in a sense. As there's going to be a foul and one.
Yeah, that's going to go to Ignas Brezdikas. It's going to send Fahim Janetto to the line.
And they still have an opportunity, final seconds of this quarter, to finish on a positive note after getting outscored 16 to 33.
Good math, right?
Thank you. I failed it every year in high school.
Oh, broadcast it to the world. Janetto sinks the foul shot. 17 seconds left to go in the third. Here's Farquhar bringing it up. They're going to want the last shot on this one. Here's Brezdikas over to Saunders. Saunders to Rattan Mays. The wide open three ball from the corner. Shooter's roll just doesn't go. Still 4 seconds. Daniel Sacchi goes up. That one is good. Ryan, in 4 seconds, Daniel Sacchi gets the rebound and goes coast to coast for a wide open layup. He is so fast.
That's something for the highlight tape right there. I mean, that's just incredible athleticism. Like I said, pound for pound, could be the best player in the OSBA right now. I don't see many other guys his size capable of doing what he's doing right now, and it's just been one of the huge bright spots for Thornlea this year, as you see that finish there. Just incredible. No, ladies and gentlemen, that was not and fast forward. That was in real time.
No, in fact, it was actually in a little bit of slow motion.
Yeah. It's just incredible what we're seeing there. So heading into this final quarter, still an opportunity for Thornlea, but they're going to need to put together one of the best quarters of their entire season if they're going to be able to knock off the defending champs. Orangeville Prep, on the other hand, they have to stay the course. A very impressive third quarter there, dominating in almost every facet. But, I mean, heck, this is going to be an interesting finish.
Enjoy the highlights from the third quarter. We'll be right back. Welcome back to OSBA TV. It is fourth quarter action here.
The final of 16 quarters today.
Holy moly, when you say it like that.
It's been a long day, folks. I'm sorry. I'm sad to see the day end of basketball, but I think we've
Well, that's the good
enough.
thing, Ryan. It's not the end of basketball. It's the end for us, but
Yep.
there's still one more game, the championship. The final of the women's tournament is
That's
happening
right.
after this game. So make sure you stay tuned to OSBA TV after this final men's game, because the 1 and 2 women are going at it. There's Jonathan Kabongo lighting up from the three-point one more time.
Kabongo, he's going to have probably the best quarter of his season right now if he's going to give his team a chance to move on to the second round.
Junior Farquhar looking for the answer. That one's good.
How many times have I said it? Just catch, shoot, transition. It's
Ryan's speechless.
It's not fair. It's not fair. You shouldn't have that many consistent shooters. But they do.
Here's Kabongo looking to get a shot off once again. This time he's going to drive, gets it in, and Ignas Brezdikas gets it in transition, goes up, not off the glass, can't connect.
That's the first time we've seen him use a Euro step in about 6 games. That was his go-to move last year. We gave him the scoring title.
Janetto cleans it up down low, 78-66.
Excellent finish there by Janetto, though, following the play. And it's that hustle you're going to need to see consistently. And there it is.
Oh.
Samar Rattan-Mays, and there's a foul. But Saki, obviously, both know that it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, Saki actually tried to help him up there. He was kind of awkwardly standing over him, but he did reach his hand out. That foul does go against Saki. So it's going to be Orangeville ball on the sideline.
There's Rattan-Mays,
or on the baseline, excuse me.
That's another offensive board for him.
Oh, look at that. It looks worse in slow motion. Thanks to the highlight peeps. You made that look pretty horrible. Here's
Farquhar.
Junior Farquhar. It's short. Brezdikas with the rebound. He goes up. It rolls out, but he will go to the line for 2. Ryan, let's take a quick look at stats in this game. At the end of 3 quarters, 14 points, 14 rebounds by Joe Jones of Orangeville Prep. And Ignas Brezdikas at the line. He had 24 points, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 5 rebounds, and he went 5 for 7 from the line. He's got 2 more now here.
I think the most telling stat of that third quarter for Thornlea, Jonathan Kabongo going into it, 18 points, coming out of it 21. One made 3. And we discussed how important he would have needed to be in that third quarter to keep this game neck and neck. And unfortunately, he wasn't. And as a result here, Thornlea's found themselves in a bit of a hole, but they still have some time to make a game of this.
Daniel Sacchi running the point up top for the Thunder. The ball picked away by Ignas Brezdikas. I think he did slightly touch the line there. Good eye by the referee. 8 minutes left to go.
And I'll just say this right now to anyone who might be thinking if I'm being a little tough on Jonathan Kabongo, it's really not that at all. That's not the intention. The reasoning of it all is that he is so important to this team offensively, and he is so important to what they do as a team when they're trying to get their open looks as we go into a timeout here, that it's necessary. They need him to have a big game. They need him to put up all those minutes and points to be able to be effective, to give them a chance to win these games, because he is that talented. He is that good of a player. And anytime that he goes on a bit of a cold stretch, this team feels it. And it's going to be necessary for him in this final quarter to really start finding the stroke. Keep in mind, he was doing an excellent job shooting behind the arc in the first half.
Yep.
And there's nothing that says he can't be able to do that again in this fourth quarter. It's only a couple of threes, and it's a 2-possession game. You know, these are the things you have to keep in mind when you're moving forward in this fourth quarter, and Thornlea has to remind themselves that. So every time that there's a missed shot, you got to rebound it like your life depends on it, because right now your season is on the line. Can't allow those second chances.
Well said, Ryan. Well said. 8 minutes, 3 seconds left to go. The score is 80 for Orangeville Prep, 66 for Thornlea.
Eight minutes to go here. 80-66, Orangeville Prep, #1 seed, trying to move on to the semis tomorrow in day 2 of the OSBA Championship Tournament. Playoffs, tournament,
the winner of this game will face Ridley tomorrow, Ridley College.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, after they just beat Rise Prep in a very, very exciting game. Here's Jonathan Kabongo from the 3. That one just rims out. Another rare miss for Kabongo.
I mean, Kabongo still shooting 50% from the 3-point line. Gives you an idea of the kind of night he's had.
Junior Farquhar with the transition 3. That one is no good. Trayvon Blake with the rebound. Here's Sacchi now for the Thunder.
He's got 22 on the night so far.
Sacchi turns the corner so quick. Blocked by Joe Jones. That's going to be Jones's 4th foul, I think, Ryan.
I believe that was out of bounds. Or is it going to be 2 shots?
I think one referee is saying out of bounds. The other one is saying it's a foul. So I think they're going to go with the foul.
Huh. I thought that was a very impressive defensive play by Jones. But
oh, sorry, Ryan. I think they called that against Rattan Mays.
Ah, okay. Because I was going to say, I was like, he looked like he got that pretty clean.
Yeah, so they called that against Rattan Mays, saving Jones that 4th foul.
And that's been the story here. Thornlea going into the third quarter, they're now 4 for 10 from the free throw line as a team. So when you start not consistently hitting your threes in the second half and you shoot 50% as a team from the free throw line, you will find yourselves in this situation. And despite that, they're still only down 13. So what does that tell you? It's an impressive feat that they're still within striking distance with 7.5 minutes to go. But once again, I don't know how many times you can say it. You got to take care of the little things on the floor if you want to beat a team like Orangeville Prep. And there's a steal and dunk, and they're not going to count it.
No, Junior Farquhar didn't even touch the ball there. The referee was trying to be too sneaky, trying to cheat over to the corner.
And there is the steal, though.
It's gonna be fine.
Count that one.
Number 5, Janetto, grabs the steal.
You got to be careful with the fouls, though.
Rattan Mays kicks it up to Farquhar. That's going to be knocked out of bounds by Thornlea. Great defense there. They really showed their intensity and their energy with this press. What a steal.
And you see the coaching staff are getting into it as well. You got to love that. You know, that's by any means necessary. Season's on the line right now, and they have to be able to come out and show up. And
hey, there's still 7 minutes left to go.
That's right. 11-point game. This game is still well within reach for Thornlea. They just need to really polish it up.
Keyshawn Saunders releases from 3. That one.
You want that shot contested right in his face. Good. See if Thornlea can go.
Javonte Brown grabs the rebound. The 3 ball released from number 5, Janetto. And there we go. Just an 8-point game, Ryan. That one extra point at the end of the third matters now. Ignas Brezdikas puts in the 2.
There's Brezdikas, though. Steady hands, pulls it up. Mid-range jumper, money. That was that mid-range jumper that really put him on the map against Oak Hill Academy 2 years ago when he dropped, I believe it was well over 30. He put up
maybe
a big number
36 maybe if I'm thinking correctly.
Yeah, and he was in grade 10. Like, jeez.
Daniel Sacchi puts up the tray. It's good for 1, 2, 3. Rattan Mays. Great take by him. That's going to be a foul on Fahim Janetto. It looks like he might be going to the bench. We'll see how many fouls he has. Oh, that's 4 fouls for Janetto. He's going to stay on.
They're going to need him.
Yeah, watch.
Kabongo now is back in.
Yeah, that's the play that that didn't count. And here's the one. Same result. That one is going to count. The big jam for Thornlea.
That really got them going here. And this 3, how clutch was this?
Yeah, absolutely. And then Sacchi's 3 right after that. Incredible.
And that's it. You can see Thornlea now starting to kind of find their scoring touch again.
Yep, just over 6 minutes left to go. Brezdikas goes up. It's going to go out of bounds off of Brezdikas' knee.
And Brezdikas thinking he got fouled.
Definitely too hard for us to have an opinion up here. We're way too far. Back in for Thornlea, excuse me, is Fahim Janetto. He's got to be careful. He's got 4 fouls. Looks pretty good on the replay.
Yeah. He might have had a case. Who knows?
Daniel Sacchi, he goes up. That one's good off the glass. And just like that, Ryan, it's 82-77 with just under 6 minutes left to go.
Thornlea will not go quietly into the night here as Daniel Sacchi. Excellent drive there. They're finding that 6th gear.
Brezdikas goes up, count the bucket, and he'll go to the line for 1 more. Ryan, is that on number 5, Janetto, because that could be his 5th foul?
I think it might be there as Brezdikas just, look at this, dribbles. How many guys at this level can finish with that much contact on them? It's just, the touch is unreal on Brezdikas.
Yeah, that one wasn't on Janetto. I think that one went to number 11, Jonathan Kabongo.
They're helping out. 5:43 to go in this game. And Thornlea is definitely making it interesting. That's for sure.
I mean, people who paid for the single game pass today to get in here are getting their money's worth. We can say that.
That's for sure, yeah. We've only had one game that really was out of hand.
Daniel Sacchi.
Great finish by Sacchi.
Puts it in. A nice finish by the point guard on Thornlea.
85-79 now, 5:27 to go.
Junior Farquhar over to Rattan Mays. Rattan Mays into Brezdikas. Brezdikas loses it, cleaned up by Joe Jones. 10 seconds. Over to Farquhar, 5 seconds to go. Gets it out to Keyshawn Saunders. He puts up the 3. That one is good as he takes a tumble. No foul called, but the 3 ball is good. 5 minutes left to go now, Ryan. It's 88-79.
I don't get surprised anymore at any shot that he takes that goes. I get more surprised when it doesn't go in at this point.
Yeah, that's what we were saying at halftime.
He's that kind of shooter. He's just, Saunders is, his shooting ability has just been off the charts this year so far. And there's a fantastic Euro step and finish.
Javonte Brown with the Euro and the bucket to bring it within 9.
And he brought his bags with him too. Excellent finish.
Here's Keyshawn Saunders, one of the greatest finishers with the inside hand, puts it in off the glass for 2 points.
And you got to get there if you're the defense. He had an opportunity. You got to just commit to the ball and not really worry about where the player is. He had a chance to steal that one.
Janetto passes it to Kabongo. Kabongo looking to go off the screen. Kabongo pulls back. That one no good. Brezdikas with the rebound.
Until there's a little bit of contact. Great closeout there.
Over to Saunders. Saunders puts up the 3. That one's no good. And it's Thornlea with the rebound. Here's Kabongo. I'd be surprised if he didn't pull up for the 3 here. Gets it over to Saki. Right back to Kabongo. Spots up from beyond the arc. That one just rims out.
That's a tough one there. That could be pivotal.
Brasdikis grabs the board, slowing things down for this Orangeville prep team.
Could have been a 2-possession game. Sorry to interrupt there, Kelsey.
That's okay.
There's going to be a
8
8-second violation as Brasdikis
walks the ball up.
Taking a little too long to bring the ball up. And there's going to be a timeout real quick. And we're going to take a quick timeout as a result as well. 3:43 to go in this game. 90-81 for Orangeville Prep. They're trying to close it out and move on to the next round.
Welcome back to OSBA TV. 3 minutes, 43 seconds left to go. Here's Daniel Saki, a beautiful pass down there into Javante Brown. Brown gets it to fall, and the foul will go to Ignis Brasdikis. The score now 90-83. Take another look at this one. The pump fake gets Brasdikis on his feet. He goes right back up, able to put it in. He'll have one shot now at the charity stripe. Brown can't get that foul shot to fall, Ryan. That's been a theme in every game so far today. Here's Keyshawn Saunders out to Rattan Mays. Back to Saunders, 16 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Rattan Mays, chucks it up from the 3. That one is short, and Brown down with the board.
This is going to be pivotal. Said that a few times now, but the game just keeps staying close. Thornlea just does not want to go away. They want to keep playing.
Daniel Saki puts in the 3.
Daniel Saki's getting excited. Orangeville Prep still with the lead, though.
A 4-point lead, under 3 minutes left to go. Here's Brasdikis. Pulls up from the foul line. That one, good. As soon as he released that, Ryan, he's backpedaling back onto defense.
You just see, though, he's got a very clean shot. High release. It's very tough to get in the way of that, especially when he can dribble and penetrate so quickly.
Here's Javante Brown. Brown puts it up. That one, no good. A big rebound by Junior Farquhar. That's going to be an important one.
92-86 now, 2:30 to go.
Keyshawn Saunders releases from the 3. That one, no good. A rebound by Janetto.
You got to imagine your Sakis might want to try and take it himself at this point. Maybe get an open look, either him or Kabongo. Oh, you got to find him on the inside there.
Glasgow up top. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Kabongo had
Daniel Saki against Ignis Brasdikis. Saki, the step back, no good. A rebound for Joe Jones.
That's some hero ball there. You don't want to take that shot. Find Kabongo on the open look on the wing there. Instead, you lose a valuable possession trying to show up the big man. You got to resist those opportunities and temptations. Although, you know, he's amazing if he makes it, right? So
1 minute, 40 seconds left to go. Here's Saki for the Thunder. Over to Kabongo. He pulls up for the 3. That one off the mark, and Rattan Mays, he picks it up, Ryan, and that's going to be the 5th foul on Fahim Janetto, and he'll be out of the game.
And I believe there's going to be probably a timeout called here.
Yeah, I think it might be bonus, too. Yeah, so Shamar Rattan Mays is going to go to the line for 2 shots. There's a minute 32 left in the game. Janetto out. How big of a...
That's a huge swing because, one, it's an off-ball foul 90 feet from the basket, and 2, you're putting one of the better free throw shooters of Orangeville Prep on the line to now make it a 3-possession game with 1:32 to go. It's not looking good for Thornlea at this point. I think that's just the best way we can put it. But you've got to give them credit after a very, very tough third quarter where they found themselves down by as much as 24 points. They battled all the way back to make it a 6-point deficit. And there's Rattan Mays missing the first one. And just ever the slightest hope still remains for the Thornlea Thunder to be able to...
We've seen crazier things, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Rattan Mays at the line, sinks it.
7-point game now. They're going to need to knock down some shots. Pretty much perfect basketball from here on out.
Yeah, the Orangeville Prep Bears cannot allow Saki and Kabongo to get going beyond the arc.
Oh, you got to find the guy down there.
Here's Saki. He drives, finds the wide open Brown, goes up. Can't get it to connect, but there will be a foul. I think that's going to go to Junior Farquhar. It's going to be a shooting foul, putting number 9, Javante Brown, to the line.
You can see great find here, up and in. Everyone's committed, white shirts.
Beautiful pass.
Yep, and you see right there, great patience shown by number 9, Javante Brown, going up.
It's going to be that's going to be the theme, Ryan. We've talked about it time and time again. You got to make your foul shots, especially when you're down and it's a close game. Those are the points you need in a stopped time situation.
At this point, they make some of those shots. At this point, if they had even just made 75% of their free throws, this is a 2-point game. It's a 2-point game. I don't know how many times you can say, like, we're going to sound like a broken record the entire night and the entire weekend. When you don't make your free throws, you tend to not win games. You know, and because we're seeing 2 very talented teams go at it.
Yep.
2 teams that can run with anybody, but one team is making their free throws, one team is making their open looks, and another team, you know, they're doing everything they can to try and get themselves back into it. But when you're shooting yourself in the foot from the free throw line like that, that's always going to be the story.
Yep.
It always is, every single time. If you're not making those free throws, forget the threes, forget even the turnovers. If you're just not, they're free. They're free points. If you don't take them, it'll burn you every time.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to feel for this Thornlea team because, you know, 3-possession game, 116. Where would they be right now if they were consistently hitting their free throws from the beginning of this game to right now? You know, you don't want to sound, you will sound, and I am a broken record at this point, but it's the truth. It's just what it is. Everything else has been fantastic in a sense, you know? And they battled back, battled hard, down by 20 at one point. Are you kidding me? Number 8 seed? How many other teams would just fold up and say, okay, that's it. We're not going to get back in this. We've seen teams this year quit in those situations. Teams that had arguably, quote unquote, more talent than Thornlea, and they've put in quite the effort today, and it's something that they need to be really proud about. But I know they're going to look at that stat and just want to kick themselves in the foot later if they can't pull this out.
Yep. Here's Brezdikas. He's going to drive. That one, no good. A big rebound by Kabongo.
Here it is.
Joe Jones.
Another chance. They got another chance now.
That's going to be a jump ball possession. It's going to go back to Thornlea. There's going to be a timeout called by Thornlea. It will advance the ball to half court rather than that baseline. 1 minute, 8 seconds left to go.
And if I'm Thornlea, I'm going for 2 at this point. No, you want the 2 quick buckets. You want to drive to the basket. And heck, you want to keep trying to see if somebody can knock down a free throw. Or at the very least get the and one. The 3-point shot
and they're
right now.
They're going to press right after.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? The only time, unless it's Kabongo wide open in the corner, I don't want to see any contested threes at this point. You want to attack the rim.
Yep.
And I think Thornlea understands that. I think all the players on the floor and the coaching staff understand that that is going to be their best way to get themselves back into this game. Not trying to throw up a contested three-point shot when they still have at least if they foul enough, if they have to foul to keep it going, is 2 more possessions. So, you know, it's a tough situation, but this is what happens when you don't finish your free throws.
So Ryan, it's Thornlea's coaching staff that called the timeout. 1:08 left to go. It's 93-86. What did he draw up?
He's drawing up some sort of back screen to get to the bucket.
For Saki?
Absolutely, and if not that, there's going to be Kabongo chilling in the corner waiting to try and take that open 3.
There you go. There he is, chilling in the corner as you speak.
Yep, because that's what's been working.
Yep.
So he's going to try. He'll cut in a fake fade, and he'll cut back out, and he'll get open.
Yep.
And he's going to take a contested 3 most likely at this point.
Daniel Saki puts up the 3. That one's no good.
And he's out, and they got lucky. They got lucky on that one. Saki.
Yep.
See, that's, I don't know, because that's not a bad idea, but you had more time than that. You know, and if you're going to take that shot, you're better off just giving it to the guy with the longer reach in Kabongo.
Mm-hmm.
Nice look there.
Daniel Saki puts in 2.
Here it is, the press.
Brazdeikis trying to break this press. Splits the defenders, and there's going to be a foul there, and they're in bonus, so it's going to put Brazdeikis at the line under a minute left to go, and it's a 5-point game.
That's not a bad foul, though, because it's quick and it doesn't take much time off the clock. Forces Brazdeikis to knock down some shots, so even if he does knock down these 2, and Thornlea can run down the floor and score quickly at the other end, once again, you still don't want to settle for 3s just yet. There's still time.
The difference, though, is that Brazdeikis is hitting his foul shots.
Well, of course, but no, I'm assuming that it's going to be 95-88 by the end of this. So, but I still want them to take the 2.
Yeah.
I want them to take the 2.
Yeah.
You don't have to shoot that 3 just yet. Not when you have a guy like Daniel Saki that can attack the rim.
Saki puts up the 3. That one, no good. He's able to get his own rebound, though. Kabongo now. He's going to look for, well, he's not going to look for the 3. Kicks it out. This 3 ball's got to go for Trayvon Blake. It's no good, and Farquhar comes down with the rebound. 42 seconds. Brazdeikis. Oh, he goes up. That's going to be a technical foul. Shamar Rattan-Mays pushing players off of him, trying to just protect Ignas Brazdeikis. You got to protect your player, and that is going to have to be an intentional foul, Ryan, when you foul somebody from the back, especially when they're in the air.
I agree with that. Trayvon, though, showed remorse immediately. And there he is. He's there slapping Brazdeikis' hands.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Showed remorse immediately, tried to help him up. I could see the reason why.
Yep. The referees are going to talk about it now. Let's get a replay of that foul.
We'll see it right here.
Yeah, take a look. So he goes up. Yeah, you can't foul from behind. You can't foul from behind. That is going to be an intentional foul. And of course, we talk about it all the time. Of course, no malice in it. He did try and help Brazdeikis up after that, but it's just something that it's an automatic. Either a technical or an intentional. Take a look again. So as soon as he puts his hands on him, you can see 14 and Brazdeikis behind. It's an intentional foul.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to call it an unsporting foul. Brazdeikis will go to the line, and Orangeville Prep will get the. Shamar Rattan-Mays is going to get an unsporting foul as well because he went up there. Oh, and. Okay, so here's what happened, Ryan. Rattan-Mays got the unsporting foul for kind of shoving after because he was just trying to protect Ignas Brazdeikis. Didn't know that the guy was apologizing and not trying to fight.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know in that moment.
And then the guy who pushed back, is going to get an unsporting foul as well. So those two cancel each other out. So neither of those two players earn shots for their teams. But Brazdeikis is going to shoot the unsporting foul, that original foul, and Orangeville Prep will get the possession back at the half-court line.
And that effectively might have just ended this game, but unfortunately we saw it again, trying to pull up 3-pointers with 50 seconds to still go. Once again, not the strategy I would have chosen, but, it's easy for me to say that up here in this booth while all these guys are working their tails off on the floor trying to feel like they need to get those shots up.
There we go. We're going to put Brazdeikis at the line once again, 39 seconds, and Daniel Saki gets the foul.
Yeah, and yeah, so that's probably going to do it in this game.
That's Daniel Saki's 5th foul, Ryan, so he's out of the game. 39 seconds, 97-88. What a great game by Daniel Saki.
What an effort from him. I mean, couldn't have asked much more from that effort. This was a very, very daunting back and forth matchup. Well worth coming out to Guelph and seeing the finale and the way that it was.
Absolutely, and Brazdeikis will go to the line now for 2. Again, 39 seconds, Ryan. This is game 4 of day 1. There's 2 more games tomorrow and then the final on Saturday. And like I mentioned earlier, make sure you stay tuned on OSBA TV because the women's final is coming up after this at 8 o'clock. The number 1 and number 2 teams are going at it.
Thornlea really nothing to be ashamed about in this effort. You know, this would most likely being their final game of the year, barring some incredible comeback at this point. They like I said, nothing to be ashamed about. These guys really worked their tail off from the opening whistle, opening tip, knocking down back-to-back threes, letting Orangeville know that they're not going to just walk over them and get the win. As
Junior
there's a
Farquhar,
turnover.
yeah, with the steal. There's going to be another foul there. That one will go to number 14 of Thornlea, and I think that's his. Yeah, it's his 5th foul as well. So now 3 players have fouled out of this game for Thornlea, and it puts Keyshawn Saunders at the line for 2 shots. You can watch again. The steal there by Farquhar as he tries to protect the ball. There's going to be a foul there on number 14.
Now we're seeing a little bit of stop and play here, 31 seconds remaining. And of course, what we've been doing for most of this we've been doing for the majority of this tournament so far in the playoffs is say a little.
Give a shout out to the seniors.
That's right.
Of the team that will not be moving on. Keyshawn Saunders sinks the foul shot, bringing it to 100-88. 31 seconds left. Rye, you want to give a shout out to some seniors?
Yes, I do. And we've got Daniel Saki, of course, his last game here, and Fahim Janetto, a very impressive outing for him as well. Savion Fullerton and Jonathan Kabongo. And, of course, Anthony Mensah and Tosh Robertson, all of them seniors that will be moving on to collegiate careers after this game, and a best of luck to all of them from all of us here at OSBA.
Yep.
We hope that, you know, it's just the beginning of their basketball lives as they move on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 190 is the final here, and although it was a bit of a stretch at the end there, not without its drama, not without its suspense,
yeah.
For sure. And very impressive effort by Thornlea putting in the work. And Orangeville Prep, once again, with those transition threes and limiting their mistakes, and that huge 3rd quarter where they outscored Thornlea 33-15. That really was the difference in this one. And just an excellent effort overall by the defending champs, and they're going to be moving on.
You can hear from the players if you check out OSBA TV, all their YouTube channel and their social media. Post-game interviews being uploaded after each game. Thanks for tuning in. Kelsey Wright-Johnson, Ryan Greco, and if you're a big fan of basketball, make sure you stay tuned to OSBA TV. The women's final is up next in 20 minutes.
One last thing as well, a very big thank you to the entire production staff that have been working their tail off here since 7 a.m. to get this tournament up and running and moving smoothly. So a big thank you to them as well. And I believe that's going to be us for this one. And as you said, Kelsey, the women's championship is up next. So two more games tomorrow. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll see you tomorrow. OSBA TV, Ryan and Kelsey.